Hello, everybody, and welcome to Akuban Nights. How are you guys doing today?
Excellent. Great. Fantastic. Best day I've ever had.
Jesus. It's a lot of pressure to make a good session then.
Yeah.
As some of you can see, Sammy is not here with us. We think he passed away in the night from cholera. So send your thoughts and prayers.
Probably tried to mug somebody again. They got him this time.
Anything is possible.
Imagine something really happens to NECA and then rewatching this episode, man. No. Get well.
I'm great.
I'm fine.
I've just been handed fajitas.
Ooh. Bob, can I get some?
Well, Neal wants some as well.
Well, you haven't been such a bitch about it.
That was fully deserved. Well played, Bob. Points to him.
Adorable.
So I'm gonna start us off not with getting into game or any conversation like that, but let's take a look at these tokens on the world map right here, because we are going to pick you a camp marker that will designate your place on the map. So you can just move your personal token up or down and stand next to the one that you like, and we'll just get a group vote here. Sammy won't get a vote because he's not here. And this will just be your marker as we're moving around, so there's never any confusion with, oh, are we on Maya's face or are we on Sarah's face or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all see these markers?
I just like the normal campfire, so I'm voting for the campfire.
Okay.
I like the red tent because it matches my.
Perfect. And Bud, what do you like?
You gotta vote for something that we haven't picked.
Don't do it, Bud.
Yeah, sure.
Break the tie.
I vote for the third option to have a rollable table, which has the options of a driving cart and a tent to symbolize when we are resting and when we're moving.
You fucker. That was my original idea, and then I looked at the amount of work that it would take and looked at a whole bunch of different tokens that could represent campfires and carts, and looked how they would work on a grid, and they turned out super ugly, so I didn't do that. You have to pick one of these. We're not getting the rollable token, the table. I investigated, and it was not worth the effort.
Okay, can we get Chet to vote, because I like the campfire and I like the tent. So Chad, now's your time. You get.
No, wait. If you like the campfire and the tent, then you're the perfect person to break the tie. Just pick one.
No.
What you could do,
I
Neal,
can't.
what you could do,
I can vote.
what you could do, just make the tent smaller and put the campfire next to it.
Come on, Chad. Let's get going. 20 seconds.
Red tent.
20
and a
seconds,
campfire.
guys.
What if I put the campfire over the tent, so it's a burning
no.
tent?
That looks like death and destruction, Neal. I don't think that's good. I don't think we need a tent that's on fire.
Just make the tent smaller and put the campfire next to it in front of it. And then,
No,
and
but
then
they
we-
won't be centered, and then we have to move two tokens at one time, and it gets problematic and uncomfortable.
Well, in that case, you could just Photoshop the two into one, Neal.
I could, but what? Make it look like this? That's...
Yeah, it's lovely.
I think that's cute. I like it.
Yeah. Boom, sold. There we go.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're great, Neal. Can you do it right now? The Photoshop?
Yes, I'm gonna do it right now. All right, I'm gonna kill this depressing music, and while I slave away at making customizable tokens for my ungrateful party, you guys can tell us how your week's been. How's everyone been doing to this week? Anything fun? Great, I'm so glad for you. What about the rest of you?
I mean, not much. It's been so quick. Like, to me, this week has passed by so quickly. It doesn't feel like we played last week. It feels like we played just, 2 or 3 days ago. So I was pretty busy working and doing stuff, and I'm back on my feet. So usually after I'm sick, I have like the feeling that I need to do 1,000 things. So I'm usually pretty busy afterwards.
But not this time?
No, yeah, this time, especially this time. Especially, I had a really important day on Tuesday, and it went super well. You know, there are times when you feel like in real life you have to pull off that level 20 persuasion bluff check, right? And yeah, I fucking nailed it this time, so I'm very proud of myself.
Well, congratulations.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Good.
I basically got the confirmation that my project I'm doing for my course to get my degree has been confirmed and is fine. I can proceed with it. Yeah, that's good.
Great.
Very good.
Everyone else in my class had to redo some stuff and has some needs to visit someone from the board to get approval personally, but mine just went through. So it just means that my project is too complicated to be.
Fuck this! I don't want to review this. I don't want to talk to him. Let's just say it.
All right, do you guys want your door facing the fire or away from the fire, and at what angle away from the fire?
Facing the fire, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because then you could just sort of sit in the tent doorway and toast marshmallows.
All right. I have made you a thing.
Thanks, Neal.
You're welcome.
Also, I've been playing Dragon Age Origins. It's bloody great.
You haven't yet seduced the assassin.
Oh, no, I super have.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you hadn't gotten there yet.
That was earlier. No, I've just totally boned him yesterday, I think it was.
You just told me you were at the very beginning of the game, like half,
No,
like 20
I
minutes
said,
ago.
I meant I've only got Orzammar to go.
Oh, I thought you meant you. Okay, I guess I don't remember who Ozmar is. I thought he was one of the earlier characters.
No, Orzammar is the dwarven. I've only got the dwarven city to do, and then
Oh, I completely thought Ozmar was one of the early guys you picked up.
No.
Okay.
No, you might be thinking of Orgrin, who's.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
The Steve Bloom's pisshead dwarf. He's such a good voice actor.
All right. Well, it sounds like you've all had an exciting week filled with fun stuff, and our camp token is here. There you go.
Ooh, perfect. I love it.
Good. Should.
Thanks, Neal.
You're
the best, Neal.
Crumble, crumble,
We're only
crumble.
3 people. We got to be a little bit careful today.
Furthermore, you will now notice that there is a party character sheet in the area that everyone has access to, and anyone can move the party token as well. So as you guys get encumbered, we can lower the speed of your party, and it'll show on the little bar that is showing for the party sheet thingy.
Should we put stuff that we give to Yassi also on the sheet there?
No, because we want you to. I guess if she's carrying the weight, then you can put it on that sheet. But otherwise, leave it on your own.
Can we just cheat and make Yassi the mule?
No, you cannot make Yassi a mule. She is a dedicated servant who will do anything to help you, but is not really outfitted to mule.
So what you're saying is she is not, in fact, sworn to carry our burdens.
Correct.
Oh, not Lydia confirmed.
Correct. One more thing I want to talk about before we hop into game today is an observant person will have noticed there are numbers and a not hexadecimal, but a hex grid over everything around here. That's because we're going to be using some fun, hopefully, overland movement rules.
Woo, yeah, woo.
Yes. In 2nd edition, a character has a movement score of 1 to 12, usually. And we're going to translate that same thing here. So an unencumbered party has 12 points of movement, and each hex takes a certain amount. You'll notice that it's sort of bounded, like this area over here is surrounded by 3s. So everything here is a 3. And down here, this is all surrounded by 4s. So this is all 4s. Down here is all 6s. So, even the unmarked squares are 6s.
And then the mountains are 8s.
Yeah, mountains are difficult to cross. So 12 movement points, you can move until you've used 12. So you can go 4 3s, you could go 3 4s, you could do 2 5s, but then you'd be stuck. You could do 1 8, and you'd be stuck. Roads are the one special exception. If we all take a look at the roads in your Sandashar, roads are 2 as long as they're on flat ground. So even if the road is going through a really dense forest that is a 5, the road's a fucking 2. There might be an occasion where a road is a 3 if it's like going through some hills or something. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Also, I don't think there are any roads through hills anywhere in this world. So that should be fine. Rivers are a slight complication, as are a few other things, and we'll just deal with those as they come up. Maya is our official, what did we call it? What was the term? Scout? Pathfinder. So Maya will be deciding how the party gets from A to B, where they go, and all that fun stuff. Sarah is our party.
Get to Syro Town, by the way. If there's like no route, is it to like sea access only?
You got to go by sea. Yeah. Now you get to Syro and Zacket. Overland would be a bitch. 1, 2, at least 4 days overland, it looks like. Sarah is our party leader in charge of keeping track of the story and making sure the party doesn't get lost in like the fog of too many details. Budarios is our treasurer. He's in charge of holding the money and doling it out. And Sammy is our quartermaster in charge of making sure everyone is fed and has all the supplies and water necessary. Yeah. So why don't we come back into game where we left off last week, which I believe was Maya talking to some nobles. One of them saying, "Go stand over there. I have a mission for you later." And now we get to hear this mission. Yeah. Is that where we left off? I think so.
Sorry, the child has just arrived, so there may be background chaos. Right, so yeah, so Maya's just like, okay, she's in character as a guard, so she's like, "Yes, my lord, certainly."
Right. So a little while later, the broom clears out, and you come face to face with this nobleman, who is
right?
noble woman, yes, who is leading the family here. Where is her name?
Laza. Her name's Laza.
Yeah, but she is Laza Abudad, I believe.
Is she?
I was looking for the last name.
I thought we were going to the Questari family.
That might have... I don't remember.
Because we were considering asking the cleric I had talked to as a contact to the family, but then I said no, and we wanted to go to the Questari family first.
That might have been it.
Yep. We were speaking to the Questari. That's 100% sure.
Right. I remember the whole... How do you get more people when your species, when your family is infertile conversation?
Mm-hmm. And the guy before us was talking about poaching and stuff. So.
Right. So you're speaking to Laza Questari. She's got you pulled aside. She looks at you, Maya, and says, "Well, we have similar goals then, and I would very much like to trust you, but I don't know if we can yet. So why don't we start you on a simple but important mission? If you can do this well, we will have some semblance of trust and can bring you deeper into the fold. And if this works out well, we may yet overcome the trials and tribulations of this war together."
Yes, sir.
What I need from you is the key to Pike's Point, she says, and pulls out a map and shows you where Pike's Point is, way on the other side of the red and white deserts, down here. It is a walled town on this peninsula. Laza tells you that currently Pike's Point is owned and operated by the Gildaran bloc, which is the Gildarans, the Stone Songs, and the Tezrohans. They've got pretty much most of the navy here. There's a small segment that's still controlled by another family, but it's not important for now. So Pike's Point is controlled by this block of families, and the Questari want the key to the gate. They're not going to give you any other details than that, but if you can bring it back safe and sound without betraying them, you guys are in. You'll also know that there are 3 keys. One is at the gate with whoever's on duty at the time watching the gate. One, it belongs to the captain of the guard, and one belongs to whoever's sort of like leading the city at present. We could call them the mayor, but it's really like the head member of the Gildaran family, or the Tezrahan, or the Stone Song, whoever's presently leading that area.
Right.
So those are the 3 different keys that exist. You need one of them, and you need to make a copy of it, not steal it, so that they don't know a key is missing and then change the locks to the gate. With that, they will.
For Maya.
They will give you like a little like folding thing, like a cigarette holder, but instead of cigarettes inside of it, it's clay or wax. Yeah, that you can then press keys in.
Nice, nice. Maya's just like, very good, sir. I understand what to do with this. Yes.
Good. Make us proud, she says.
I give her a salute and sort of march out.
All right. And you head back on out into the city. It is dry now. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. You meet up with your party somewhere.
In the tavern, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable place to meet your party.
So I'll head back to the tavern and I'll just be there like, we should probably talk quietly upstairs where we can't be overheard.
Sure. Let's go upstairs.
All right then. Oh, I'd kill for some wine. Right, so once we get upstairs, I'm going to be like, right, so we've been given a mission to earn the trust of the Questari. So we've got to go to Pike's Point down in the south of the desert and make a copy of the gate key there. So that should be fun.
All the way through the desert.
Indeed. We could probably do with some camels.
Did you find out who has the key?
Oh, yes. So there's 3 copies of the key. The gate guard has one, the guard captain has one, and the mayor has one. I'm thinking that obviously can't steal the key because they'll change the locks, but I'm thinking the main thing to do would probably be to seduce somebody and, take a copy of the key while they're unconscious. If things go wrong, towards the stage of murder. Mugging gone wrong, that sort of thing.
And we shouldn't raise any suspicions.
All being well, yes.
Interesting. Yes.
What do you think?
I'm ready to go once Sarah has healed up and she's fine.
Yes. That's not a bad idea. Right.
So how are we going to get through the desert? Should we try to find a caravan that is going down there and accompany them, or should we just go on our own? I mean, I don't think we've ever crossed the desert just by ourselves.
I think that going with a caravan would be a very good idea. We could, in fact, sign on as caravan guards, which would then be an even better disguise.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I don't know how the trade relationships are between Pike's Point and the hotel.
People
They don't have the... They do.
Well, we could probably ask the Shazar people. They would know about... They might know, whether there's trade going on.
Possibly, yes.
And we could maybe even make some extra money by accompanying, a caravan.
I do like money. So yes. Well, should we?
Sounds like you guys have it sorted out already. That was amazingly fast.
Dun dun dun. I know, right?
Which makes me feel all the worse for having to say that due to the state of war, there are no real caravans going from Yatel
I was
to
about to
Pikes
say,
Point.
every time we have a plan.
And I really want to encourage your speedy action. You guys did a great job, but it was already
How
predetermined.
about refugees leaving Yatel for Pikes Point? Probably not through the desert, right? That's
Probably
the
not
thing.
through the desert. Yeah, refugees might head east from Yatel to like Drune's Bar or something over here. Whoops. They might be like headed to that direction. To one of these free towns that aren't involved in the war. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm
Cross
assuming
them
there's
at
no boats going that way either.
Well, you know, the boats are all controlled by the naval family, and you might be able to sneak aboard a boat, or it might just get sunk, and you could all drown.
Yeah.
I
Or
can swim though. It's okay.
Yeah, and then Bob would just be like.
yeah, you might survive, maybe if you don't get picked up as a prisoner.
Besides, there's always the ever-present threat of giant zombie crocodiles.
Okay, other options we have. So there are the what are the nomads are in the Quasarian steppes, right?
There are nomads in the Quasarian steppes. Yes.
So it would be better to go through the Quasarian steppes anyways than through the Red Desert, I take it. I think the Red Desert is going to be a lot more deadly.
Yep.
Right.
Red
Yeah.
Desert is not so much like flat desert as it is like large canyons, which are difficult to navigate.
Yes, that seems. Yes, and we might actually find some food and things because.
Who holds Aldir?
Aldir?
Yes.
You can ask around, and it seems like that same family holds Aldir.
So there would still be trade going on between Aldir and Pikes Point if it's one family? No? Nothing?
Maybe there's no one here that can confirm or deny that. There's only speculation regarding that. But that is.
I mean, they probably, like, just following logic, they probably wouldn't, have a blockade between Aldir and Pikes Point because I know they have, like, between Abankai and Aldir, there's like a blockade, right?
Very clever. So, do you want to go to Aldir and catch a boat from there to Pikes Point? Is that the plan?
Seems like a reasonable idea. I'd rather not go to the desert.
We could avoid the desert by that. Might take a little bit longer, but
The White Desert is pretty brutal. You need to pack a lot of water for that. And yes, we do have a desert travel system complete with water requirements per day for going through the desert. I know, it's beautiful. It's what you have
it's
a
gonna be a
quartermaster
heat
for.
storm day.
Ooh, we could definitely add in sandstorms. Oh, that would be fun.
Put some sandstorms there.
I can't wait for the Fata Morganas to show up. So, if we don't find a trading group, we could also try to deliver messages, posts, and packages from civilians to the city. There might still be civilians and families who live in different cities and parts of the nation now who might be interested to talk to each other.
That seems like a very good way of getting arrested for espionage. What are you doing? Oh, carrying messages.
Well, you openly tell them. I mean, you can read them all. They're not your messages if they want to. But who knows? Maybe.
Want to be questioned by the guards. The less time we spend, the less we have to do with the guards, the less chance there is of you saying something that would get us all murdered, brother.
Yes, because that happens so much. Well, any other idea? If you don't find a trading company to associate us with them?
I mean, even if we have to go by ourselves, right? Going from Aldir to Pike's Point would still be safer around the coastline, I guess, than like going through the desert straight. They would have to move to Aldia no matter what, I think.
Yes, seems like an idea. All right, so I guess we just need to buy ourselves some camels. Probably be a good idea.
Definitely. I was going to try and roll out the desert travel system a little bit more slowly than introducing all these new rules today.
But we're going through the steps first, right?
Yeah.
So unless the steps also have the entire desert system.
Yeah, they sort of do. We can do some slightly lower requirements for the steps because it's not quite as oppressive as the desert, especially if you stay along the coast. We can tone it down by a season or something. So generally speaking, if you're traveling through the desert or through the steppes in winter, which it is not right now, you need about 4 pounds of water per day. That's 2 liters of water per day. In the spring, you need 6 pounds or 3 liters. In the summer, you need 10 pounds or 5 liters. I guess technically it'd be 4.5 or something. So that's your water requirements per day. It is presently June 12th when you take off. So you're in the middle of summer. So you'll need about 10 pounds of water per person per day to travel. Your camels can hold up to 400 pounds of water inside their system at once, so they're probably fine for a while. They can go, what is it? 400 pounds divided by, they consume 80 a day. They can go 5 days without needing any water in the middle of the heat of summer. If you're on the coast, we can double that distance so they can go 10 days without water. So all you need to do is find a river or a watering hole every 10 days and your camels will be okay.
Can
and if you
we
have,
squeeze the camels for their juices?
yes, but it kills the camel to do so. And then you have to drink their salty blood.
Hey, we can always do what the steppe nomads do. We can nick in the jugular, bleed the horse a little bit.
Patch it up.
What?
Oh, I can heal them back. That's fine. It's like 1 HP, a little bit of blood, heal it back up.
You could be a steppe nomad, yes. If you don't mind drinking camel blood.
Important question first. Are we going to take Yassi and Jane with us, or are they staying with Sammy?
Well, we would be taking Sammy as well, right? Oh.
Well, Sammy's got
Do we
some
have to leave
spell
him
research
behind?
to do. He's got a bunch of things to go about, and he's, this might be a nice opportunity to travel lightly, leaving behind
Okay.
half the party. Because otherwise, that's a shit ton more water you need to carry. You might need a whole new camel if you're taking the whole party. Small parties are a little bit easier to move along. And then you got to deal with Jane and Yassi. Might be harder to disguise them too. 3 people can sneak into a city better than 6.
Yeah, it's also safer to have the 3 of them together. Like, I wouldn't want to leave Sammy behind and take the other 2. Like,
Yeah.
Leave Sammy there with his books. You stay there, Sammy.
Okay.
He stays behind. Perfect. So, what do y'all want? Bud, you have a buying list, right?
I bought my stuff I wanted to buy,
Oh, excellent.
but I put it all in my character sheet so far.
Good.
So it's all in there. But as we need group supplies, we should also buy group supplies. So, first of all, I need to sell another pair of my clothes because I'm broke. Okay, that's for 7. How much water and rations should we take? Has someone calculated? Has the travel calculator calculated the days we need to reach the city?
Unfortunately, your quartermaster is in charge of that, and your quartermaster is AFK today. So maybe the treasurer can take on the task of buying and supplying.
Sure. Let's make it 21.
And meanwhile, maybe we should have Maya figure out a desired route through the steps. Maya, have you looked at how you want to get there?
Hang on, let me just make it a bit bigger, giggity.
And I should mention that not all routes are the same. Depending on where you are, encounters will be different, yada yada. So you travel close to the coast, it's one set of features and encounters and terrain, and if you travel inland more, a completely different set. So do what you think was best.
I think probably sort of down the coast to. Hang on a second.
What's the speed of a camel that's drawing a wagon?
It's going to be limited by the speed of the party, right?
And
People are going to be 12 movement points per day. Each square hex takes 3, and each hex is 5 miles, so you can go roughly 25 miles in a day.
Okay, so a camel cart is as fast as humans walking. Is that the gist of it?
If there are humans walking beside the camel cart, then it goes as fast as humans. Oh, you mean like replacing?
If it's just using camels and camel wagon.
Do we need the wagon? Oh, I don't know how much a camel can carry.
Considering it's at least 27 days until we arrive there, and we need to carry about 1,000 pounds of water, just of water, to survive the steps. I think I'm not able to carry that. So I think we should take the wagon.
A camel has movement 21, and if it's pulling a wagon and isn't encumbered, it can stay at speed 21.
Oh, that's good. So...
Just break everything, Neal. Just break it all. God, what have I done?
You gotta clean your desk, Neal.
Shit's falling.
There's too much stuff on it.
It's clipboards and books and keyboards. All right.
That changes the travel time to around 16 days. Around 16 days. No matter what route we take, should be around 16 days. So it would be good to pack for 20, I guess. To have who knows what happens on our way. If you need to share food or if you need to share water to keep someone alive, we might want to offer them something, you know?
Yeah, it's always wise to have a bit too much. I'm thinking we sort of like start off just going down the coast to the southwest, and then kind of like cut across the sort of like cut across between the foothills and the steppes and things, and then just like follow the coast down to the south. It's the longest route, but it's also the most. We've also got the least chance of getting lost then as well, because we'll always have the ocean off to one side.
Very clever.
And, yeah, sort of like we'll always have like a landmark.
Good. So, the plan is set. You need to purchase, a camel? Multiple camels?
How much is a camel?
The value of a camel...
It's not in your equipment sheet. It's just mentioned camel, doesn't say anything.
It's no. Which I guess makes camels free?
Woo! Free camels
cool.
for everybody!
The oldest retail joke in history.
We'd like camels.
Doesn't have a price tag. It has to be free.
Yeah, totally.
Where is our camel pricing? Come here, camels. Do they not list the price of a camel in the player's handbook? What? And how was the price of a horse? Here we go. Animals. Camel. Camels are 2/3 the price of horses. So a horse.
Yeah, 50. Wait, my list says 50 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're still going to be 50 because we still have horses at 75. So
Right.
it is 5,000 copper pieces for a camel.
How many copper to a gold?
100. So 50 gold or 5,000 copper. However you want to pay it.
Okay.
Neal, I have a question,
Yes.
and that's a very important question. In your equipment list, there is a barrel defined, which holds 40 gallons. It has a weight of 70 pounds. I guess this is the weight empty.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
spent a lot of time getting those weights accurate.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure I have it right. I need 21 barrels. So 1,400 pounds worth of barrels to store our water.
Wait.
I think.
Why do you need 20?
It's one. How much is Wait.
A
I think I
gallon
have
is
it wrong,
8
but
pounds of water.
How much water is in a water skin? Because in a water skin is
2
1 pound of
pounds.
water, right?
2 pounds of water in a water skin.
Oh, okay, good. Well, that's good. So it's only.
And a
If you were
barrel.
missing card calculations, you've come to the right campaign.
Fro's
Yeah.
gone. We
It's not a
need
sledge.
more.
It's not a slab, but we do have camels, people.
So
And how
you're
much?
Let me do the thing that doesn't involve much mass, Neil.
the.
Okay, and how much pounds is a gallon? I'm not
8
American.
pounds.
This is all stupid. 8 pounds. Okay, thank you very
8
much.
pounds to the gallon. Mm-hmm.
And I need 10 pounds to drink. It's just we have a 10 system per day, but
That's only because
I love
it's
it.
summer. If it wasn't summer, it would be
no, it's
6
fine.
or 4.
We're also
Sorry.
going through the steps, Neil. Can't we just do 8 a day instead?
Sure. If you're
This is
sticking,
not the desert.
if you're staying to the coastline, you can do 8 a day. How about that? A gallon per person per day.
Can we switch over to the metric system?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm sorry. I run everything in Imperial. I can't. I will slowly switch to metric if it works, but it's an untested system. You know, you can't really
It's
trust
base
metric.
10!
It's only been around for like 100 years or something. You can't trust it. Imperial's been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a great
Look,
time
I measure
tested.
my weight in stone. I still think that metric is better, okay?
I think that's because stone always sounds heavy no matter what.
Well, except when you're like, I weigh 5
better.
stone.
Yeah, it's better to be like, sort of like I weigh 8 stone rather than I weigh 50 million kilos or whatever, you know?
Okay, how much can our cart handle weight-wise?
It should be.
Do we have a cart still?
Nope, but you can buy them.
What? Why don't we have
No.
a cart anymore? We have a cart. Why don't
Oh,
we-
do you have a
We
cart?
arrived in a wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking have a wagon. Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, that's true. They gave us the wagon back, didn't they? Right, yeah.
An
I
open cart.
requested it.
Did you get a cart or a wagon? You got a wagon because it has 4 wheels, right? Or did you get a 2-wheeled cart?
No,
No.
We got a wagon that doesn't have a top on it, I think.
Open
Don't we
wagon.
have a wagon with a smuggling bit underneath?
Yeah. Okay. It can carry 2,000 pounds.
That's fine.
Guys, I hope you are all gonna get on a diet on this travel. Because our
As
waters.
Darius. Who's
Oh, yeah, sure.
Wow, Maya watches her weight.
Isn't
Because-
Badarios like the weight of both Maya and Sarah put together?
I do have a lot of muscle weight now.
Okay.
The water in the barrels is with 3 barrels is 1,050 pounds. Just the water.
It's a lot of water. If you want to take enough to travel, yeah. Now, as you get to know the desert better, you might be able to find oases and all that sort of stuff, which could then cut down the amount of water you need to carry because you can refuel. But you've usually had other people to show you where these things are and take care of these logistics. So you guys aren't trained survivalists in the desert.
Nope.
Yeah.
I assume how many rations?
One ration
How many
per person
rations
per day.
are we? One ration per person per day?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's not much. Okay.
One ration weighs 2 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah. You need about 2 pounds of food a day to get by. Unless you're using really dense caloric intakes, like, you know, Cliff Bars and nuts.
Well, cabbage is pretty heavy, you know.
You just like load up a cart full of cabbage and eat cabbage for like 2 weeks. Oh god.
The farts are gonna be amazing. No
Oh
stealth
my
checks
God.
in that time. Okay, how about calorie dense rations?
Just sticks of butter. Just take butter in the cart with you and eat it.
Butter in the desert. What a splendid idea.
God.
How much is the cost of water? Do we get that for free?
You can get it for free, yeah. You don't have to worry about buying.
There's a well somewhere.
It just takes like an entire day to fill all the barrels. Oh my god.
Maya goes mysteriously missing during all of this manual labor.
Yep. Yep.
Hey Maya, are you gonna wait? Where did she go? Scary shitloads.
So, while Bud is running around buying wagons and camels and water barrels and hiring people to fill up the water barrels for him and all of these logistical things, what are Sarah and Maya doing? You've got some time to get your life in order.
Maya is going to find a suitable desert wardrobe. Because it's going to be very hot, so she's just like, right, I need some proper drapey robes and you know, sand-colored things, etc., etc.
Maya has hit on another one of the secrets that I wasn't going to unveil because I didn't want to hit you with too many rules at once. But if you have appropriate desert attire, you can cut your water requirements by half.
Hey,
OMFG is gonna strangle you in a second.
Can
You
we
should say by a third and not by
Neal.
half.
are there still suits in this
Still suits? What?
in this still suits, you know? Have you seen Dune?
No.
You're dead to me, Neal. You're dead to me. Have you read
Okay, I
Dune?
saw the film. I
You'd
haven't
be glad,
read the
otherwise
book.
we would have giant desert worms. Nobody needs that shit, you know? Just like,
That's right. There are no desert worms presently. You don't have to worry about them. Are still suits the like water reclamation thingy majobbers that they wear?
Yeah, the suits everybody wore where you sort of like exhale through the nose things and, you know, just everything gets recycled in the thigh pockets and things.
Nope, we don't have any of that.
Oh, I want to be
Sorry.
a Fremen.
Well, you can't be a Fremen until you're high enough level to be a cool Fremen. Right now, you're just a stabby rogue.
I mean,
Maybe I should
so
just...
I take it that there's still information available about trade routes before the Civil War broke out.
Yeah. There would probably even still be guides in Yatel that know the desert fairly well if you wanted to hire them. There's all sorts of solutions at hand, but, you know, no caravans.
That might be something worth considering, like getting a guide at least the first time we travel through. How much would that be? Get a guide.
Let's take a look at our economics guide here. Let's see. Guides.
100 a day.
Wilds. 100
Plus
copper a day.
expenses.
You gotta
And we
carry
have to
their
carry
water
their
and
water
food.
on top.
Yeah. But a guide would be able to show you where watering holes are, so you probably wouldn't need to carry as
I'm
much.
assuming the guide comes with their own desert gear as well.
Yeah, they come.
Thankfully, I took 21 days of water and food for 4 persons. So
we could take a guide and you wouldn't have to recalculate everything.
Perfect. So are you going to hire a guide?
I think so. Maybe that's what Sarah actually does. Maybe she asks. Yeah, I guess I could ask Sparkle if she knows, because she's from the Questari family. Maybe she knows somebody who's like a guide. Right, we wouldn't have to tell the guy what we want to do or anything about that. We could just tell we're trying to like cross the desert.
Yeah. Let's make
And
a
she would
roll.
probably, you know.
She absolutely does. She knows all sorts of wonderful people in charge of this region, and she points you off towards a small little guild on the edge of town that specifically works as guides for foreigners coming to Akuba overland for whatever reason. Mostly it's like touristy stuff, like visiting the nomadic people, checking out the cool rock formations down in the south. There's this wonderful like hot springs that has all these different colors in it that people love to travel to. So these guides are often touristy. Maya perks up at that. But will also function in other regards. So there's a small guild. There's like 4 or 5 guides. You can have your pick of them.
Pick a cute one.
Is there a cute...
also,
there
how
is
much-
a cute one. There's a very cute one.
Oh, go on.
It's a
Male or female cute one?
male cute one. He's like not like a young cute boy, but more of like the older like salt and pepper. Like
Silver fox.
it's not so much cute, but like handsome, regal old man who's lived in the desert and has that like wise, far off look. And
We'll
despite
take
his
him, and if he should come back with us, we'll introduce him to Yassi. So we're picking him.
No. Look, this is basically Maya's Mills and Boone moment, okay? Hot
What are you, 18? Aren't you 18 years old? Okay, just checking in.
Sarcasm years, okay?
What are you, like 30-year age gap? That's all good.
does that make him a filth?
Sorry?
Does that make him a filth or a filth?
Probably. Is he a dad?
Oh,
Does he
yeah,
have
definitely.
Children, Neal?
He's got children.
Tell us all about his family history. How much time do we?
How much time do you want? I can go for
I'm not
ages.
going to do anything about it, but you know, just the scenery is good.
Just smell the perfume. You know, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Just think about it.
He's got lots
Anyway.
of sage advice. As you guys travel with him, he'll like pull out 3 dates and be like, you can survive for 9 days on these 3 dates. On days 1 through 3, just eat the skins. On days 4 through 6, eat the meat. And on days 7 through 9, suck on the stones. And that is all the water you need. But you'll die after 9 days if you don't get some water.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that's good. It's good if we're looking for somebody who's willing to tell us stuff so we can learn from them.
Yeah.
In case we have to make the trip.
Question, how much are the desert robes?
Well, you can buy cheap clothes for almost nothing. Or you can get like really nice shit. So it depends. How much do you want to spend, Maya?
I want to get shit that's gonna keep us alive in the desert.
Yeah, but you can
Maya
get
is...
poor shit or expensive shit for that, you know?
Can I ask, were we going with the attire that we have talked about before starting now, or are we doing that at a later point?
Bud? That's a question to you, right?
please, what are we going to get?
You
what?
wanted a special wardrobe for us, right? Did you want to start with us now that we leave, or did you want to start with us with that at a later point?
Considering the mission we're in, I think Bud is gonna, with the other things he wanted to buy, he's gonna tell the merchant to keep that on reserve until he comes back. Might take a while, but
Okay.
I'll come back for it. As I'm already on, a quick question. I know it's not the fine gentleman's way, but can you please, each one of you, tell me what your character weighs with your equipment?
1 second.
Sorry.
You can find that under the gear tab of your character sheets. It's already fully calculated right next to the encumbrance, the bottom box.
Because my body is a weapon. What?
Because we might run into a problem.
165.
I can tell you mine. Yeah, I can tell you mine. 559. So I'm fine.
Body
165.
What?
165? 165, did you say?
No gear with you? What happened to all your pounds of jewelry? Are you leaving that behind?
It's not on the calculation.
No, that's all there. She's got 53 pounds of gear, and she weighs 112 pounds.
Holy hell.
She's dinky.
Mm-hmm.
Small and stabby.
That's it.
Well, I'm 218.
And how much is the guide?
Plus 5, so it would be 223 because I haven't put the jewelry on my sheet yet. I don't think. Yeah.
Our guide is a... Let's see. He's about 5'6", thin. So he's probably 140 pounds plus 12 pounds of gear. Let's call it let's just say 160 pounds for him and his gear.
2,320.
He's the same height as Maya.
We are 320 pounds over capacity.
I would also like to point out that Bud and his gear does weigh less than Maya and Sarah and their gear put together.
Okay,
He's also going to survive longer in case we don't find food, so.
So,
Okay.
why don't we just leave Bud behind? Or maybe take less water?
Okay, I'm.
Or
I
just
guess
take
I'm.
an extra camel.
See you later, guys.
We could just, so if we, let's see, if we took like, how many camels do we need for that cart? Was that 2 that we calculated the speed with and the weight and stuff?
No, I think 1 camel can pull 1 card. If we take 2 camels, that would be great because we can use 1 camel either for scouting or for carrying weight until we are able to drink 320 pounds of water, which we will have done. After 8 days. So after 8 days, we are fine.
So the way you're calculating it, are you putting us all on the cart? Was that what you were
Yes.
calculating? Okay. For the
Yes.
speed, right? Okay, I get it.
If
Yeah, I
we
mean,
get
I'm
2
a
camels,
proficient.
it would be great.
I'm a proficient rider as well, so I could also ride on the camel
Yeah.
instead with my gear, probably, right?
It's better to be pulled in the camel. You weigh less effective weight when it's pulling you rather than holding you.
I don't want to be pulled by the camel, Neal. I want to. I'm not gonna tie myself with a rope to a camel, getting dragged through the fucking desert just because it's easier for the camel.
I meant sit in the cart and let the camel pull the cart.
Right. So
Don't
what we
mean
should do
tie
is get
yourself
2
to a
camels
camel's
to pull
tail.
the cart while we're all sitting in it. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that I don't get dragged through the fucking desert.
I mean, you can if you want. People have survived by tying themselves to their camel and letting it go and just hoping for the best. I mean, not a lot, but it's
For
been
like
done.
60
Guys.
days.
Yeah.
Guys,
while I'm
look, the Akuban Knights are coming. How do you know that? They are the only ones crazy enough to get pulled into battle by their camels.
What if we put skis behind them? Is there like sand skiing? So if I go on skis and I have my backpack, can I be pulled by the camel
And they rip their masks off, and it's the Fro crew all over again.
all along?
Sarah is secretly Greg.
Oh man, I wish, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Greg is fantastic.
I was gonna say, how much? So, how much are like some? Okay, so we don't want super fancy robes because they're gonna be because we're mercenaries. We're not gonna need super fancy shit. So probably just some sort of like, not
Some-
tatty, just sort of like functional.
Some functional, regular, everyday gear, right?
Yeah.
You can spend maybe like 150 per person in copper to get this stuff.
How many copper to a silver again?
10. So 15 silver
Right, there we go. Right.
per person. Yeah.
15 silver per. I can do that.
All right. So I think
Okay.
we're all more or less geared up here. Why don't we take our break, and when we come back, all the calculations will be done, and we'll head off
Yes.
on our first journey. So we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye.